And Gareth Bale in the wings as well. But it was clever, I would say, of Tottenham. Probably clever of Harry Kane, really. The movement, the way he's positioning changed a little bit. Rather than being up against centre-halves, he kept coming into that space.
Absolutely. It wasn't a game plan. Just took it off the cuff, knew what was needed. The midfield couldn't find him with the ball when he stayed up front, so he just come deeper, made the pass a little bit more predictable, bit easier for him to find.
Let's have a look.
And he absolutely destroyed.
I mean, there's a lot of talk about Southampton playing this high line, which that's probably high when there's no pressure on the ball.
Well, we talked about Maguire and Lindelof and whoever your centre or Lascelles at Newcastle there with Leroy, your defenders are. You've got to play to their strengths. Can't play to your game plan. If they can't run, give yourself some depth.
Well, it's Bednarek and Stevens at
sit back and have some protection.
We'll play it on slowly now, because this is a great position now, Harry Kane. But what should Southampton's defence do really to stop this?
Drop and be on their way back.
You think they should be going anyway? Yeah. You think they should be on the way back?
They do one or the other, but don't do nothing. Don't go half-hearted. You either got to come on Harry Kane and stop it at source, so you can't let him get turned and play that ball forward, or you drop and you cover the run of Son. Now, Harry Kane, before that ball even arrives to him, he knows what he's going to do. The way to pass is exquisite. The fantastic touch from Son and the finish looks like he's never, ever going to miss. He bared down on McCarthy so many times during the game, and you never thought he was going to miss.
I was going to take it back, because this is the position, isn't it? This is exactly what we're talking about now. Harry Kane, in that space. Look at all that space he's got.
Yeah.
I mean,
listen, people watching, I mean, I grew up with this boy. People watching... He's a little bit younger than me. I didn't mean that. I've watched him grow up, and he was the best number 10 at youth team level. But he was a number 10 who liked to score goals. So I used to call him the best 9.5, and I've said it many, many times. That's what he is. He comes, he can hold the ball up. He's got great stature. He's got strength. He can nick fouls. He goes over when he needs to. But his ability of both feet and seeing the picture, second to none.
So again, you've got a choice. Do you get tight? Or do you drop off?
Or do you get your midfield player back in to take the responsibility?
Does he come in? They're the options. And what I also want to just point out as well, Kyle Walker-Peters, that position.
That's bad.
Now, I'm not being funny. You know Son is going to make that run from out to in. You know Son is quick. Get yourself into that position so you can see him and react to it. That's too late.
And without even looking, Harry Kane delivers this. He knows where Son is. Instinctively, he knows where he is, and that pass is amazing. We talked about wing mirrors. He's got eyes in the back of his head there. You've got to find that pass.
You've got to finish it.
And that weight, the delivery and that weight, outstanding.
Now, what about this for a pass?
This one's even better. Chop.
I mean, is that on? He's running away from Son.
I tell you who that takes by surprise.
To be able to deliver that ball into there.
Who does that take by surprise?
He didn't do it quite like that.
The Southampton defenders. Who doesn't it take by surprise? Who trains with him every single day? Heung-min Son. He knows he's getting that delivery. He knows he's giving it to him when he wants it. How good must it be? And Gareth Bale must be licking his lips thinking he's going to join these two.
Yeah, just to confirm how good they are together. This is the Premier League since August 2015, and they are top for goals combined. Mind you, Kane's not bad with Eriksen, Dele Alli as well. He's top goal scorer.
There's a common denominator there, isn't
there? There is a common denominator, but it is a great partnership, isn't it? And how does Gareth Bale fit into that?
Well, Lucas Moura gets he's able to sit down and watch it.
So how does it work though? Because
Harry's going to play.
Bale prefers to be on the left. Son prefers to be on the left.
I'm not shocked that Harry Kane can play a number 10. I think Jose would have been an eye-opener for him at the weekend to realise that he can actually do that position and fall deep. He won't do that if there's no one occupying the centre-backs. But Gareth, see what he's capable of. It's 7 years since he's played for Tottenham. It's been away. I think he's physically going to be able to do it. Is he mentally going to be able to take on that responsibility to drive this team forward? The expectancy now of the Tottenham fans is huge. They expect him to be in the top four without foul and challenging for the title. Whether it's right or whether it's wrong, I think it's wrong. I think he needs to slow down a little bit. But Gareth, Son and Harry, we talked about stature, the big boys. 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", Harry Kane. So they've got the ability to hold the ball up and strength. They can all dribble. Harry Kane sees the pass better than any of the other two. So if I'm Bale and I want it, and you know what a good finisher Gareth is, and Son, I will just continue to make them runs and let Harry come off at that number 10. If I'm playing against it, I'm having a number 6 around him all of the time and try and stop him coming off. It doesn't pay. To let Harry Kane come off with space, it won't pay because he will he will seriously hurt you with his passing. He's a fantastic player. And if you drop off too much, he can find an outside the box. He will bend things into your top corner. So will Gareth. We know that. And so will Son. Off both feet. All these players can play off both feet.
Yeah. But what Gareth Bale are we going to see? That's the big question.
Who knows?
Isn't it? Because let's look at him. This is the last 8 league seasons. Going back to 2012-16, look, obviously more games, but plenty, more than double the goals, more than treble the assists, 90 minutes per goal or assist. Yeah. Those numbers are ridiculous.
Yeah, outstanding.
They've dropped in the last 4 years.
But these numbers. I'll tell you one thing. Andres Villas-Boas was at Tottenham, and it was Gareth Bale's best season.
Why?
Because the structure in behind him was very secure, all defensive. Now, Gareth Bale played with worse players in this team than he's coming to play with now. There's better players at Tottenham now than when he left the football club. These are just individual goals of a superstar, of why he went to play in that white shirt of Real Madrid. This is the reason why. I mean, he did it at a Champions League level as well, but he's outstanding. Timing of the runs, running with. These are not chances. These are world-class finishes. Half a yard and hit. This one in the 93rd minute against West Ham, local derby. Look at them Tottenham fans behind that goal. They can't wait to get back into the stadium to watch this guy play, because they need to wait a little bit. So keep your quiet. See what he can deliver. But like I say, it's been 7 years. We know how 7 years go.
He's not quite fit either, so he's a couple of weeks away, isn't he, from seeing him again? But it's quite mouth-watering, really, the prospect of a Son, Kane, Bale front three. Where does that put them in terms of the best front threes in the Premier League, do you think?
Well, it all depends what Gareth can deliver now. But I'd have to say, what a mix they've got. They can all run without the ball. They're all technically very, very good off both feet. All right, Gareth might be obviously predominantly left-footed. But they're all good in stature as well. They've got a blend. There's a lovely blend there. Like I say, Harry Kane could be the number 10. Will he want to be the number 10 if his numbers drop off like Firmino, who's a great player, but his numbers are not great as regard to the goal scoring? Will Harry Kane suffer that? I'm not sure he would. You know, I'm not sure he'd be happy to keep creating 4 goals for Son.
Do you know what I was going to say? How happy was he at the weekend?
He's happy because he turned it around single-handedly, and he got the respect from the manager as well. Single-handedly, he turned that game around.
Putting 4 goals on a plate.
Harry Kane, when the season starts, first and foremost, he wants Tottenham to do well. Of course he does. But he wants to win the Golden Boot. He ain't going to win a Golden Boot playing number 10.
Ruud was happy if he'd scored, even if the team had got beat. If he hadn't scored and they won 5-0, he wasn't a happy man. That's the life of a goal scorer, isn't it?
Yeah. But Harry wants a team to do well, because he wouldn't be there. He would have told Daniel Levy he wants to leave the football club. It's a team he supported as a kid. He's come up through the academy there. Like, I believe he loves to set up goals. Of course he does. But he wants to score them more often than not.
Absolutely. I'd probably still say Mane, Firmino, Salah.
I mean, there's wonderful, but I'm talking about a blend. There's lovely. I'm not saying that's the best three, but I'm saying if Bale can deliver what he did when he left, and then they're right up there with the best.